So, my deluxe album, Too Much of a Woman, is officially out. This is the original album cover of my record, my debut album, Too Much of a Woman, that came out in 2023. And I've never really talked about the choices that we made in this particular photo shoot. So, first of all, shout out to Crystal Marshall, who is the incredible photographer of the shoot, and shout out to my friend Deanna, who was my stylist. So, to the naked eye, this looks just pretty like maybe we just threw a couple things together, but we were very intentional about how we were going to piece together my outfit for this album cover. First, I want to talk about the material that I'm wearing. On the outer layers, there is leather like material to represent the thick skin that women and people in general we have to wear on the outside. But the bodysuit that I'm wearing is made of lace. And so it represents a softer fabric, a softer nature that's hidden on the inside. My idea and my inspiration behind this was to reflect the album's conversation about this duality, these multiple layers of who we are as humans, as who we are as women, who I am as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, as a friend, etc. Right? Is that there's multiple layers to this, and it's not as simple as one solid unit. Also, you will see the jewelry as well. You have pearls, you have diamonds, you have gold, you have silver, right? Again, another visualizer to represent the complexities of being human. But if you notice, of course, this picture is black and white. And so it speaks to that duality, right? It speaks to being too much of a woman, being someone who could hold things down in the boardroom, and also being a girl trip, right? Being a straight up baddie with your friends and having a grand old time. It speaks to being dinner sunset Nina Simone and being able to cook a dinner and have a glass of wine and settle in with your family and friends. It speaks to traveling all over the world, like in Small Town Boy. You follow me? And the hat, of course, is absolutely classic. And I chose this particular pose because it hides my eyes and it gives me the opportunity to represent not just myself, but any person, any woman who is listening to this record. Now, when we swing over to my deluxe album cover, Too Much of a Woman, The Exhibition, I tapped into, shout out to my friend Clayton Singleton, who created this incredible art backdrop for this album, for this special release. And as you can see, Too Much of a Woman, the original photo, juxtaposed to this extremely colorful and this extremely complex background. And that is to further express the point that it is not as black and white. The complexities of being human is not that simple, right? Is that there's so much more behind our humanity than just the black and white versions of ourselves that we share with other people. So the first symbol that we brainstormed to include is the Ndinkra symbol, which is the symbol of woman. Then we have stars, and I asked for stars because that's what my name means. Roberta means bright and shining star. We have some water and some waves to represent somewhere in the tide, being very proud of being from Virginia and being from the Tidewater area. And so those were just some of the symbols that I asked to include in this album art, because we're talking about the exhibition. We're talking about the entire range of humanity, the entire range of womanhood. And because the record has a very big range of genre. My original album definitely stayed within the lanes of country music, folk with Papa Was a Rolling Stone, Somewhere in the Tide, and kind of leaned into the pop genre just a little bit. But for the deluxe album, I just decided to completely step into all possible genres. We have country fused with jazz. We have hip hop. Yes, that is me rapping on the record. We have classic R&B, inspirational gospel, southern rock, blues. Like I just went in. I went in and had fun, and I definitely wanted the album cover to reflect that. So that is the reason why we decided to go ahead and change. I'm like, there's a lot of deluxe albums out there. People will release a record, and then like 2 weeks later, they release a deluxe, and it's more or less the same. It's the same album cover. It's the same style of music. And I've always kind of wondered, like, what exactly is the point of a deluxe record? Like, why don't you just release those songs in addition to the original record that you released? And so for me, when it came to doing a deluxe record, I'm like, I want some surprises. I want some things to stand out. I want to take this in a completely different direction. And that is where we have Too Much of a Woman, the exhibition. If you have 1 hour and 10 minutes of time, whether it be cleaning, driving on a road trip, or just chilling, I recommend you guys take a listen and let me know what you think. Peace out.